Welcome, class of 2022, to our College Information Night. My name is Ms. Sanchez. I am the college counselor at Taft. Before we begin, I want to let you know that you will be able to access this presentation on the Taft website after tonight. Today, I'm going to give you some general information that will hopefully get you to start thinking about your senior year. I'm not pushing this book, although it is good. The point is that while we want students to be accepted into their dream school, no matter where you go, college is what you make of it. We will have peer college counselors for the 2021-2022 school year. If you are interested, please come to a meeting on June 3rd at 2:30 p.m. Below is the Zoom information meeting. For those students who are chosen to be PCCs, we will be having some Zoom trainings over the summer. So we're coming to the end of your junior year. Yay! What should you be doing, you ask? Well, continue to do your best in your AP exams. If you're going to take the SAT or the ACT, make a testing schedule for yourself. Make sure you have a strong senior schedule planned. It is extremely important for admissions. Do something interesting this summer, like volunteer or intern, get a summer job, or take some community college courses. You also may want to work on your college essays for the Common App and your personal insight questions for the UC application. Build your college list. People use other terms for balance lists like safety, target, reach, or treat. All the colleges on your list should be places you want to go. It is not about your ego. It is about finding colleges where you can thrive academically and personally, and that you can also pay for. When preparing your college list, here are some things to consider. Your values, ambitions, achievements, academic strengths, interests, some of your talents. What is important to you when thinking about going to college? Location, academics, how big or small a campus is, the appeal, what type of social life you'll have there, and total cost, including financial aid. By now, you should all be familiar with Naviance and the tasks associated with it. Your first task as a senior will be SuperMatch. I encourage you to log in and begin inputting your information. If you know for sure you will be going to Pierce or CSUN, you do not need a safety or reach school. By the fall, you will move your thinking about list to colleges I am applying to. All college visits will be listed in Naviance. Go to colleges, search colleges, college visits. We do not know at this time if reps will visit like they did pre-pandemic or if there might be more virtual visits, but we will let you know. College admissions tests. So the University of California and the Cal State Universities will not use the SAT or the ACT scores as a factor in admissions. In other words, the CSUs and the UCs will be test blind in 2022. This was already in the works before the pandemic. The pandemic just hastened it. If you're applying to private or out-of-state colleges, you need to check each college's policy. Some will be test blind, but others will require tests or be test optional. If you decide to test, you need to go to collegeboard.org and or actstudent.org to check the dates and to register. For updated list of colleges testing options, go to expertadmissions.com. If you are testing and you are documented in MISAs as qualifying for free or reduced lunch, you should contact me to request a fee waiver. Testing with a fee waiver means that the College Board will provide you with 4 application fee waivers. However, you can qualify for application fee waivers by listing your family income in the UCCSU application or requesting a fee waiver approval through your Common App. Your counselor will approve this request by looking at MISAs. So what information do college admission officers review? They look at grades, overall GPA, the strength of your high school courses, including your senior year, admission test scores if the college requires a test or is test optional. They also look at your college essays, your personal insight questions for the UC application. They look at your personal accomplishments, your challenges, personality characteristics, courses in progress senior year. And for the private and out-of-state colleges, they also look at teacher and counselor recommendations, class rank, and students demonstrated interest. Applying to the UCs, you need a GPA of 3.0 in 10th and 11th grade. Although applying to the UCs have become very competitive, so a 3.0 may not be enough. You do not need an SAT or ACT score to be considered for admissions. They will be looking at your grades in your A through G coursework, and they will be looking at how strong your senior program is. They will be looking at honors, awards, extracurricular activities, community service, work experience, education prep programs, and any other coursework other than A through G. I will be posting a document called How UC Applications Are Reviewed on our College Corner. Take a look at it. I think there's some great information there. So they will also be looking at your personal insight questions. You need to answer 4 of 8 questions, and each answer can have a maximum of 350 words. Letters of recommendation are not required when applying to the UCs. The application opens August 1st, and you should start working on your application as soon as it opens. The application submission period is November 1st through November 30th. When you apply, all classes and grades are self-reported. You do not need to send transcripts to UCs when applying. Below is the link to the UC application website. For the CSUs, they will be looking at your grades in A through G coursework, your GPA from 10th and 11th grade classes. All classes and grades are self-reported here as well. They will not be requiring ACT or SAT scores, but they can be used for English and math placement. The minimum GPA is now 2.5, but depending on the campus, it may need to be higher. Students applying to CSUN must meet minimal GPA eligibility for CSU, but depending on the major, may need to be higher than a 2.5. Below is the link to the CSU application website. Many of the CSUs are impacted and have a higher minimum eligibility index, a higher GPA. Last year, the CSUs asked if students had worked, been involved in extracurricular activities, or educational prep programs. No personal statement or letters of recommendation are required for the CSU application. The application opens October the 1st, and the submission period is October 1st through November 30th. Again, no transcripts are sent at the time of application. If the 7th semester transcripts are requested by the CSU, then you can request them in Naviance in January. 7th semester means mid-year senior year, so after the fall semester. Any updates and changes that come up, we will have by September 2021. Community college. Pierce and other community college applications will open during the fall semester of 2021. We'll let you know when that happens. We always have a Pierce rep assigned to us. This year, the rep held weekly meetings to help seniors fill out applications and guide them through the LA Promise process. Along with applying, students must do the following to get the free college promise or LA Promise. You need to complete an online application, file a FAFSA or a California Dream Act application, and complete a session with the counselor done online. Common App. This is the application that most private colleges and several out-of-state public universities use. This application opens on August the 1st, and the submission period depends on the school. There's early action, which is non-binding, and that's usually around November 1st. There's early decision, which is binding, also around November 1st. Some colleges do offer another round of early decision or early action at later dates. Regular decision is usually January the 1st or later. There are some priority deadlines, however, that I need you to keep in mind. There are merit scholarships that some colleges offer. You must apply by a certain deadline to be considered for the college merits aid. For example, USC and Boston University have December 1st deadlines for this. And then there's rolling admissions. This is used by many out-of-state public colleges. One of the perks of rolling admissions is that they will let you know sooner whether or not you've been accepted. The Common App is going to ask you for the GPA and rank in class, test scores, although many colleges will opt to be test option or test blind. Your senior schedule, honors and awards, extracurricular activities and work experience, and one essay chosen from 7 different prompts. Many Common App schools have additional supplements. Some may require you to write more essays, for example. Depending on how many colleges with supplements you're applying to, this can be quite time consuming. The more selective the school, the more essays will be required. I suggest you to create an Excel file, compare prompts, and see where there is overlap. USC asks you to list your courses taken and grades. Common App also asks you for 2 letters of recommendation, preferably both 11th grade or one 11th and 10th grade if he or she knows you really well. They also ask for a counselor recommendation, and they will ask for a school report that the counselor will fill out. So how do you go about asking for letters of recommendation? So before inviting recommenders through Common App, please ask the teacher or the counselor if they would be willing to write a favorable letter of recommendation. Now would be a good time to discuss this, so that way they're prepared in the fall. Letters must be requested 3 weeks before the due date. Keep in mind that counselors are writing a lot of letters, and if you don't give them enough time, they won't be able to write a good letter. For the November 1st deadline, your recommendation request should be done no later than October the 9th. For a November 15th deadline, your recommendation request should be done no later than October 23rd. For the December 1st deadline for USC, your recommendation request should be done no later than November 1st. Holiday breaks do not count. Remember, counselors and teachers are on vacation just like you. For deadlines of January 1st or after, you should request your letter of recommendation no later than November 30th. Now, there are some things that your recommenders are going to need before writing your letter. Counselors will need a brag sheet and a resume. Both of those should be on Naviance. The letters written by your teachers should be about you as a student in their classroom, but if he or she wants more information, there's a teacher brag sheet on the tafhi.org College Corner. It's called Brag Sheet and Letters of Recommendation. Fill it out and send it to the teacher. If your teacher asks for a brag sheet, give them your resume, not the counselor brag sheet. Financial aid. In order to apply for financial aid, you must submit a FAFSA or a California Dream Act. The application will open on October 1st, 2021 for the class of 2022. Below is the link to both FAFSA and the California Dream Act website. For the class of 2022, you will need to use tax information from 2020. Please start working on your FAFSA early in order to get your financial aid packages early. You'll need to set up an FSA ID for you and one parent. Please do this first. Please use income tax retrieval tools if eligible. This makes the process much easier. If you do not use the income retrieval tool, it is likely that you will be asked for verification and then asked to provide tax transcripts. Financial aid videos will be available on Schoology. LAUSD will upload financial aid GPAs of the entire TAF class of 2022 to the California Student Aid Commission. Then FAFSA or CADA will be matched with the GPA information to determine the student's eligibility for Cal Grants A, B, and C, and also the middle class grant. The FAFSA and the CADA must be submitted by March 2nd, 2022 to be eligible for Cal Grant programs. Please do not miss this deadline. We will be having workshops to help you answer any questions you may have. When eligible students file a FAFSA, they are automatically considered for a Pell Grant. A Pell Grant is a federal grant. For private and some out-of-state colleges, you will also have to fill out the CSS profile. This form asks for more information. It's on the College Board website. Check the individual college websites that you are applying to for your CSS profile due date. Some schools use Coalition and other application sites. Use only the Coalition if the college is Coalition exclusive. University of Washington, for example, is exclusively Coalition, so you must use that site. Some colleges use their own site, MIT, for example. When the student applies, the teacher and the counselor will get the link. Letters of rec and transcripts will be sent through Naviance. Many historically Black colleges and universities are on Common App, but if they're not, you can use this link to apply. This is what the homepage should look like. Please keep in mind that HBCUs are open to everyone. The Western Undergraduate Exchange, WUE, is an agreement through which 160 participating public colleges and universities provide steep non-resident tuition savings for Western students. So through WUE, eligible students can choose from hundreds of undergraduate programs outside their home state and pay no more than 150% of that institution's resident tuition rate. For example, if the tuition is $10,000, then you'll only have to pay $15,000 because it's tuition plus 50%. Fee waivers for college applications. It is very important to be accurate. The student will report the family income in the UC and CSU applications. It also needs to be reported for EOP consideration. If the student is denied, they can use the College Board fee waivers for the UC application, but not for the CSUs. College Board fee waivers are available in your College Board account if you used a fee waiver for the SAT. For Common App, the student requests fee waivers in the application and the counselor will approve it. They are unlimited. Here's a list of some helpful websites. I recommend that you take the summer to become familiar with them. I will also be posting this list on the TAF website in the College Corner. Okay, thank you for attending tonight. I know I gave you a lot of information. We're going to have another meeting in the fall where we'll break this up into chunks, so don't worry. Enjoy your summer and stay safe.